Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of For the Long Haul Podcast. We're originally going to talk about the supposed housing crisis, but because of what we were talking about beforehand, we just want to complain. And apparently, I just also found out that if you upload stuff to YouTube or anywhere, you shouldn't really swear within a minute to 5 minutes of the video, because that's really how long people that want to sponsor you check it and all that. It's like a minute to 5 minutes at most. Usually, it's just only a minute. So I'm not going to swear. But it is bleepity bleep 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 stupid convenience fees. And how a lot of places have them. It's not convenient.
Well, the fee's not convenient, but
I mean, for us anyway, it's not convenient. For them, it's like, oh, hey, more money, sweet, cha-ching, cha-ching. And some Mr. Krabs meme, you know. Oh, the Mr. Krabs. I don't think you ever watched that much SpongeBob growing up, but there's a song where he's like, there's nothing in the world than there's no better feeling in the world than the feeling of greed. Because, you know, Mr. Krabs is all
I
about
watched
money.
a decent amount of SpongeBob.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that or not.
I mean, I do not remember the song, but I watched a decent amount of SpongeBob at some point. I'm sure I've seen it. I mean, I don't really remember, but obviously I know about how big a money guy he was. I mean, but to kind of sidetrack for a second there is you forgot to mention, you know, like, I'm sitting next to Brandon right now.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, because he's in town. We're like, hey, you want to just record in person? Yeah, we would do a camera, but the battery's dead, too.
That's okay. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
I didn't dress up extra fancy or nothing. I'm still trying to get this
But
mic
what got us on this side tangent is because as we're recording this, we're about to go watch Love and Thunder at AMC. And the only reason we're going to AMC was, because he joined us last minute. That and they're having a special edition popcorn bucket for Thor Love and Thunder. That's pretty cool. And they did this for the last Marvel movie too, where they had a special edition popcorn bucket that I think people were selling for like $200 to $300 on eBay afterwards. I am not lying. I will look this up. But like he just paid me back for the tickets, and I was like, oh yeah, it's about $20 with the convenience fee.
So that's how we got here. Why convenience fees or well, I think more of a gimmick than anything else. Because, even different things that you'll do, like, for instance, you're going to go renew your registration or something. And it's literally, you can't go in person. You have to make, an appointment online first to be able to go in person now. It's changed a little bit, but Brandon's popcorn bucket's worth
No.
$120
That's for the
eBay?
last one, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Oh.
They're now selling it for $130 basically on eBay.
Will they let you only buy one per person?
I would assume so.
If you want me to buy you another one so you can have one for yourself and sell another one later, I'll
just have one sealed and just hold on to it. Because the Thor one is cool because it's the hammer and you can take it out of the mantle too. And it opens up and, you have the popcorn though.
So if you want, I will buy the other one. You just have to pay me for it.
I gotcha. But yeah, we'll talk about this later. But
yeah, literally, it's just, it makes it more convenient for business to take your money, to use the online features. Like, for instance, me getting a movie ticket at the movie theater, I also have to have the cashiers check me out, and so you need more manpower to be able to accept this amount of in-person business. Like this, we're just gonna, we're on the movie theater at the moment because we're about to go. But
I work at one at the moment.
Yeah, but you need, and even then, I used to work in retail. Big reveal, don't work anymore at retail. But we're not talking about that right now. It's another day. Surprise! But so excited to be moved on with that. But let's see here. So yeah, they need, the more in-person business you have, the more manpower you need to be able to handle that business. So by being able to buy movie tickets online, I am making it to where your business can run more lean, to where you don't need as many people in there. Like, for instance, me having to buy a ticket, you need a box office person.
Actually, I don't think most persons have box office persons anymore.
Well, they used to,
Yeah,
and now, but you know what they got out front of there now? They got the touchscreens to make you buy them without.
No, I was gonna say it's now more like the fact that people are now because more and more theaters are doing this now. It's like, because I've noticed this, it's more and more like, hey, we have assigned seats now because we also deliver food and all that to you.
Yes.
So so you can do that all like concessions now instead of box office and concessions.
Yeah, and so You're doubling the time it takes for you to sit there at the movie, to get popcorn, and I want a snack. I need my movie tickets and all that. So then, to not have a ridiculous line, you need another person there, for example, so you can do twice as much because the person's doing twice as much, getting a ticket and getting beverages and popcorn, for example.
Yeah.
And when they buy it online, they walk in, strictly get the beverages or whatever that they need, and then they go and present their ticket and go to the movie. So we're making it already more convenient for the business to operate and run it in more of a lean fashion versus not. And then they're still charging a convenience fee for this.
Yeah, I'm just, I don't like. I never like convenience fees, like because you get them from movie tickets now. When you when you know your license. No, not just movie tickets. Tickets in general. If you get them from like any website, like Fandango, Ticket Stub, anything for like not even movies, for like concerts, sporting events, and all that, they almost always have a movie. I mean, they always have a convenience fee. And sometimes for some of those, like a concert, you can be paying up to like $200-$300 for good seats, and then boom, convenience fee too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and sometimes those are the only way you can get the tickets.
Yeah, exactly. So they can just charge it, and then it's just more money in their pocket.
That's just BS.
And
it's gonna become one of those things. I know you don't. Do you have TikTok or do you not have TikTok?
I do. I hardly ever use it.
Okay, so I've been randomly stumbling across this page that I saw. Well, it's a trend, and everybody's been stitching their reactions to it. And the person was like, "Tell me something tell me a scheme that's become so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scheme anymore."
Oh, I seen one of those the other day.
This is one of those. This is a scheme that's just become so normalized we don't realize it's a freaking scheme anymore, and that is convenience fees.
This is no different than shrinkflation that we talked about. Like, it's literally slowly made its way in, and then we just accept it. Well, to pay with your credit card, there's a convenience fee.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, business.
No, but see, like most places, if you pay for a credit card, you have to do like the DMV. You have to pay $3 extra, and I'm like, that's BS.
It is BS, and I mean that's just how it is. Because as what the business did is they passed the cost to the consumer, and so because businesses have to pay like anywhere from like 2 to 5% of all sales through the credit cards based on the clearinghouse they have to go through. Yeah. So all these cards, you may have already known that, but all these cards like Visa, MasterCard, Discover, they go through a clearinghouse. So the transaction is done at the business, it goes through a clearinghouse, they approve funds or whatever, and it goes. And so, and that's like an automatic process. So they charge the business a percentile of those transactions based on the one. Like Amex, American Express is the most expensive one for businesses to accept. And there's another thing for you. So by them, credit card convenience fee. So the DMV, that's the government. The government never gets ripped off. And
it's always a flat 3%.
So
like $3.
Yeah. So they never get ripped off.
At least the one in our town, and at least the one in our hometown.
Yeah. And no, that's normal. That's everywhere.
Okay,
and,
I wasn't sure.
So the government, you can't rip off the government. They don't let you do that because they like their money. Yeah. And so now obviously, do your little tax write-offs. That's how you get out of that stuff. But yeah, going out of the DMV and they want their $3 because you're using a credit card because the government's getting charged that money now, and they don't like that.
It's not even a credit card. It's just give me like your debit card because I've used my debit card over there, and they're like, $3 extra. I'm like, fine, whatever. I don't have any cash on me today.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think there's a fee for debit card use, but yeah, if it's plastic, they charge you an extra fee because who is paying in cash anyways? And so they charge everyone an extra fee, and they're making so much money off these convenience fees.
I mean, depending on the job I had cash on me too.
Because like if you're going to do your registration, you're giving them $70.
Yeah.
3% of $70 isn't $3.
Yeah.
And so they're getting $3 worth. So they literally they're making even more money now than they were because they started charging convenience fee, even with the cost of them having to accepting the plastic payment. So. Check that out. And imagine that for your business. You charge a convenience fee. The guy buys a ticket for $50, but you charge a $3 convenience fee. You did that just as an avenue to offset your credit card cost, and you literally have another revenue stream just because of convenience fees are overcovering that cost of that business to have it go to the clearinghouse. People do this with free stuff like books. People are like, get my free book. It's only $12.95 for shipping. It really costs $3 to it costs
okay.
$3 to ship the book, because you can go and you can get a mass you can get like a deal from the post office to ship a ton of stuff. Like, it's almost, I don't know what you call it, it's not a permit, but it's just, let's just say permission, because I can't remember what it's called.
I know, like, they do that with, like, the local businesses. Like, if you ship a bunch of stuff, like,
Yes.
they like, work with you and all that.
Exactly. So you can get a cheaper rate
Yeah.
to do a lot. And so this person is getting a cheaper rate to ship a massive amount of items, and they're charging you $12.95 for shipping, but hey, the book is free, don't worry about it. And it didn't cost them that much to make the book. So this free book giving away event here, they're making money off of this from the shipping, because they charge you more than it costs to ship it. It's the same scenario here.
Yeah, basically, like, I remember, God, I can't remember what it was. It was like a image, like, it was an image saying, it's like, it's like you're buying something and it's sold, it's $10, then, but then if you buy, like, something, it's like, the total is $10 and plus, like, a $5.99, shipping fee. But then, like, then it's a other image and they added one item, so now they're spending, like, $15.99, so there's no shipping, kind of like that. It's like you're still spending the same amount in the end.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just buying one little thing.
You just move the cost around.
Yeah.
See, and this is another thing that's prevalent in, like, getting your pizza delivered. Not talking about DoorDash and Grubhub and stuff like this, but like, if you want to order a pizza, there's the delivery fee.
Yeah.
But they're paying their drivers to drive.
I think it's like $2 to $3, I think, per mile, I think. Because I watched somebody on TikTok talk about, like, how they're driving and all that, and how they get sort of money per mileage or whatever, or something like that.
So they don't just reimburse for gas; they're paying them extra.
No, I think they get. If I remember correctly, I gotta find a post on. It's like they get paid X amount of miles, like they get back in gas money. I think it was.
Well, most businesses will give you a certain amount per mile. Yeah. It's not very good, especially.
And you also gotta. Sorry, continue.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to cover the cost of gas, but when the gas moves rapidly high like this, businesses lag behind, and it doesn't cover the cost of gas most time. And my dad has talked about this before.
Yeah. I know. I remember DoorDash was doing something. It's like every 10 miles you get or something. It's 10 miles you ride. It was like a cent or like 10 cents. I'm like, there's a reason I haven't DoorDash in a long time, and I feel better about it. And I probably should. It's the reason I don't.
Just
anymore.
Because of the gas?
No, not that really. It's the one that, like, I kind of feel like they were just like
ripping their people off?
Yeah, ripping the people off is the best way I can kind of think about it.
Yeah, because don't they add a fuel surcharge? But they're giving y'all 10 cents?
10 cents. I think it was. I can't remember how much it was. It was like a stupid low amount per mile, and I was like. And this is like, when they announced it, I haven't DoorDashed in about 2 months at that point. I was like, man, I'm glad I'm not DoorDashing.
But yeah, and see, and this is in the same rant of these items that have snuck into our life that's a total scam, but that we've just accepted it.
We can make that a mini series too now that we think about it.
Yeah, there you go. And because we did shrinkflation, this one, but like just like DoorDash, like, well, we're gonna add a fuel fee because how expensive fuel is for our drivers, but they're giving y'all a freaking 10 cents for 10 miles.
I can try to find out how much it was. I can remember.
But the thing is, they're charging that on every order. What if you do an order that's only 4 miles? Well, they keep all of that money then. And that's the thing that I did not know at the time, but I made an assumption. I was like, you know what? I bet you that they are charging that fuel fee, and they're not giving all that money to the drivers who should be getting it because it's supposed to be for them. That's what you said it was for. And just like, what was my next thing? I was looking at the sound bar where it was at to see if I was hitting the right volume.
So let's see. This is around like mid-March. I own $10 for completing orders totaling 185 miles from Monday to Sunday. I got an extra $10 from DoorDash because I drove 185 miles, and that was at the end, towards the end of March.
So 185 miles, and you got $10.
Only an extra $5 when you accept and complete orders totaling 100 miles in a motor vehicle. At least 25.4 miles per gallon. That's an estimated extra 1.27 miles per gallon.
What?
At 25.4 miles per gallon, that's an estimated extra 1.27 per gallon. I think they're trying to make it sound like that's a good deal.
So you're getting $1.27 per gallon? Is what they're telling you?
If I go 100 miles into assuming my gas mileage for that is
27 miles per gallon?
about 26, base.
That's
26.
pretty damn good. Isn't that really a high figure?
Hold on, I don't even.
Like, if you drive a Prius or something, you know,
20.
but... Like, what about your Chevy? What kind of gas mileage are you getting in that car?
Okay, so let's see. I get 40 miles per gallon. It looks like the automatic sedan, and then the sedan manual is like 40 miles a gallon. It looks like.
Really? Man, cars have come up a long way since I've ever looked at them.
Oh no, hold on. Maybe it's 32. Regular gas is about 32 gallons, 32 miles per hour. 28, 20, 20, 39 combined city highway.
Bro, what?
I don't know, but like, see, I don't know. I feel like just doing that, like driving 100 miles.
I mean, so you're getting $10. Divide that by 185 miles. You're getting 5 cents a mile. 5.4 cents a mile.
I don't know if that's a lot or not. I just feel like that was kind of like a little bit of a slap in the face.
I mean, clearly it's helpful, but 185 miles and you get $10, and then, but if you're getting 24 miles to the gallon, that's 7.7 gallons of gas times. Let's say it's 450. That's $35.
I just remember,
and they're giving you $10. I mean, that's anything helps. My only thing is that if they're charging that convenience fee and they're not giving you all the money from it, they're ripping y'all off.
See, I also remember, I remember this recently. This is on somebody posted this on a DoorDash Reddit. For the drivers and all that, one restaurant kept the entire tip for themselves and didn't give any of the tip to the guy.
How does that even work?
I don't know. I have to try to find that. See if I can even find it, because it could be lost in the Reddit sea. But it was like he contacted DoorDash, or basically the
the driver never showed up or something?
No, not that. It was the whatchamacallit, the restaurant. What would the restaurant be called in this situation? The provider, the third party service, something like that. I can't remember what they said. Or the technical word was. Like, they decide how much of the tip you get and all that. And I guess they decide, this guy gets none of it and all that.
They get to decide that?
Apparently for this restaurant they did. I can't remember what it was, and this was like 3 weeks ago, so I maybe misremembering some stuff. But I just remember, like, they basically said, they decide how much you get, not us, from the tip that the person gave.
Wow.
And they didn't give him anything, so he only got like $2.
So they probably do that for all of them.
Maybe, I'm not 100% sure. I honestly haven't DoorDash or kept up with anything in like about 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of feel good because I was just kind of getting crappy orders, getting like $2, $3, with the possibility of getting more to drive 7 miles, to drive 20 minutes, etc., and I'm like, this isn't worth my time.
I may end up at some point. I still haven't started tried doing it at all on my bike at all, but I just like riding the bike in general.
Yeah, but it was also just like, getting like 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3,
yeah,
back to back, and I'm like, it just destroyed me. Like, I think that was also when I was like, I don't know, it just kind of like broke me inside. I was like, I'm done. But
you're also here. For instance, in a place like over there in Fort Worth, Dallas, or like in Austin, I think the earning potential is drastically different.
Yeah, but also I wasn't making that bad before that started happening. That started happening mid-March. Before that, I was like, I can make about $400 a week and not get a bunch of those crappy orders back to back.
Uh-huh.
I'll get maybe 1 in every 5 will be a crappy order. The thing also that DoorDash that they need to fix is not hiding the tip, being 100% transparent on how much the person is getting, because not everybody's gonna risk driving 10, 15 miles or like 30 minutes for a $2 order. I'm not gonna drive to Pecan for a potential $2 with the maybe potential bonus of getting more money than just $2.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing that why I don't have very good trust for DoorDash is because just like the tip thing, they had a program that people could use, like a side app. It would say how much the order was actually going to get because it would be in the code tip, like the tip would be, so they could see how much the tip actually was, even though it didn't show you. DoorDash figured it out, and they changed the code so you couldn't see it. Like, what are they hiding?
That's just they want some people to go, or people that always like being the top dasher, which is like basically accepting almost every single order you get, not having an acceptance rates lower than 85, and having it being a top dasher. They're hoping those people that just cling to that so much will accept any order and just drive and hope for the promise of getting more money.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that lack of transparency there kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
I kind of don't want to go back because of that, because it kind of annoyed me. Because I'm like, I'm not going to drive all the way to Crescent, which is about, what, 15, 20 minutes from here?
Definitely 15 to 20.
Yeah.
No.
And, like, drive there only for, like, $5.
And there ain't nothing out there, so you're not going to get another order.
And then I have to drive all the way back, too.
Exactly. It's not like in this locale here, it's not like you're driving Silmore City. It's, like, away from everything.
Yeah.
To drop off something, to come all the way back, because you have to come back, because A, you live here, and B, there is nothing in between.
Yeah.
You're not going to get another DoorDash out there. There's one light
Yeah.
in that town. So, I mean, I don't know. Can you think of any other places that are...
Do the convenience fee? I can only
or
think
something of that nature, yeah.
Not to my knowledge. Like, when you do some stuff online, they have some convenience fees.
I mean, there's plenty of them, but...
Which I'm like, if the only real way to do it is via going online, don't do the convenience fee. That's just annoying people.
Yeah, I mean, it's... I don't know.
Like, business-wise, yes, but if you want to make your customers happy, either don't make it super expensive, or just get rid of it in total.
I mean, you can get... I mean, in reality, here's the thing about it. If you put the cost of it in the item, I would never know, and I would feel better even if it was the same exact cost, because I'm just mad that you put a convenience fee on a feature I had to go online to use.
Yeah, exactly. Like, especially whenever it's the only way for you to get that item.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, like
where you gonna buy a ticket from? Besides,
like, where you gonna buy like movie tickets? Not movie tickets. Where you gonna buy concert tickets?
You can't just go to the concert venue and get it in person.
You're not going to go the day of the concert or the day of the game to go buy a ticket because, guess what? All the good seats are probably gone.
And all the tickets are gone.
Yeah, and you're going to either be sitting in the nosebleeds or you're going to be sitting outside, be like tailgating, which, I mean, some people like tailgating, but if you weren't planning on tailgating and you wanted to go inside and try to catch a ball or whatever or get some stuff, boom. Well, you can't.
Yeah. I just think it's like the video said, it's just a big scam.
It's a scam that's become so normalized.
And it's just at the end of the day, it's been passed on from the business. The business realized they can pass it to the consumer, and now the consumer is, worse off for it essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't 100% disagree with how the business chooses to get to that point. If I was running the business of that nature, that may be something I would do. I'd probably try to wrap the convenience fee into the item cost, to where it's not obvious, because then you don't even realize you're paying for it. Just like shrinkflation, where the size of the item shrinks by 0.2 ounces. Nobody notices, but it's the same cost. You still achieve the same effect here. Now, ultimately, I don't like that. Just like we mentioned shrinkflation, just the being misled part as a consumer.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be informed consumers out here, just like how publicly traded companies have to do they have to abide by certain rules, so that because the consumer is supposed to be have public knowledge, just like everyone else does. Why there's no insider trading and stuff like that. So I just don't appreciate the, ultimately the misleading.
The shadiness, the misleading,
and how it's it's becoming what convenience fees is not a big deal, whatever. Just like in McDonald's, this is something else that pisses me off. Going into McDonald's and they have the touchscreen things. And I'm like, I don't want to use the touchscreen. I just want I know what I want. Can you click it in like 4 seconds and order it for me? You're just standing there. And they're like, oh, you can order right there. I'm like, I would rather not.
See, those, it's kind of like the same thing at the movie theater because we have those touchscreen things outside. But those are just more like though for convenience, like if you see a long line and you don't want to like wait in line, you can just go to those. Then boom, then go sit down.
And that's the thing. If it's for convenience, I'm fine with it. If it's for no, you must now use that, I'm not. I don't like it.
Because I've seen people go to Almec, the one in our hometown, go there and just go to the register and order stuff.
And see, I don't disagree with. I agree with having the option. I'm always the option guy of you having your choice to do what you would like to do. I just like, for instance, going to a store, like going to Walmart, and they literally have no cashiers open at all. Now they always have one, but they used to have more than one. Now they will have like 1 or 2 cashiers open, and all the self checkouts will be open because then you're forced to use it.
What time do you go? Because I always see more than one, but just also depends on the time you go. Because if you go like almost closing time, there's only like 1 or 2. Then most of them.
Well, it's been a long time since I've been to Walmart, but HEB does this kind of thing too. Even when it's not that late, like maybe it's 7 something, they'll have just a couple of cashiers, like just no more than what I can count on one hand, and but all the self checkouts will be open. They'll have somebody watching them. At least it's still a choice, but I really don't like it when they're like, oh, you can just check out self checkout right there. And I'm like, I actually want to check out with a cashier. I don't want to have to. I want to quickly get in and get out, and that's the thing. I just don't like being forced to do it. Like, unless you give me a discount to use the self checkout, it has to benefit me to use it because you're the business here to make my money. I've already chosen to go to your store. Yeah. If my benefit is to get a faster checkout, well then self checkout says it speaks to me. Now, if the other benefit is, if it's faster for me, I want to use a person. I got $300 worth of stuff. I don't want to use a self-checkout, which they don't tell you to do it at that point anyways.
Yeah.
But, I would if it had a discount. Then I would go to the self-checkout because they have some with the conveyor belts and a self-checkout thing. Yeah, they have those in Walmart.
And wait, the self-checkouts with the conveyor belts?
Yeah, they got a couple there with the conveyor belt next to where they used to have all the knickknacks like that stuff.
I don't think ours though.
I've seen it a couple years ago. I would highly doubt they got rid of it. They're not easy to see. They're kind of hidden. The aisles are not very wide there. On the left, like if you're looking towards the front of the store, it's near where these were.
If we go to the Walmart today to go pick up your energy drink, point it out to me if you see it.
Yeah.
I've never recalled seeing that. But see, also, self-checkouts used to be also a thing real fast that it was 15 items or less, you use it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, that's gone.
Yeah, because they just want you to use it regardless. Because the self-checkout is free. It's just electricity running. Yeah. They don't have a person being paid to do that. They just have one person that watches 6 of them.
Yeah.
Which is it's a great business idea. It saves money. It employs less people, which saves money. It's not good for the people, but it's good for the business.
It's a good bad because good for the business, a little bit bad for the economy because that gets rid of jobs, and that's the whole different argument of should we be making everything autonomous and all that? Because you've heard that argument before.
Yeah.
And I'm more like a yes and no kind of person on myself on that.
See, here's the thing.
That's another thing we could probably talk about one day. It's like, because I've gone both sides on this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have to hit that another day because that's a whole other big thing I can open up. I got a lot of opinions. So
yeah.
How long we been?
Almost 30 minutes.
Okay, I think we did pretty decent.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you for listening to this episode of For the Long Haul Podcast. Like always, you guys can follow us on YouTube at For the Long Haul Podcast, on Instagram at For the Long Haul Podcast, and any email business inquiries, anything like that, you guys can do that at ftlhpodcast@gmail.com. That is FTLH. Say it for me.
FTLH, just like For the Long Haul, FTLH Podcast @gmail.com.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye.